Hi there, Cosmic Family. My name is Elial. The moon is going through Virgo. And even though this is a minor aspect that happens every month, I think it is very good that is synchronic with the awakening of Neptune in Pisces that is also today, December 10th. Because the energy of Neptune could be a little bit chaotic and confusing when the mental patterns are interposed to our inner voice. I don't know if I'm inventing that word, could be when you have the sensation that you don't understand well what you need to do, where you need to go. It is the resistance of the mind to the voice of the intuition, and it comes a point where the mixed up of thoughts and emotions, we don't feel good with that, and it is generated this inner fog. So the moon in Virgo is the need of order. That is also going to be important, that we are not doing that from the rigidity of how I desire from my conditioned mental structures to establish that order, because we have tensions with Venus in Sagittarius and the lunar nodes in Pisces and in Virgo. That is going to be perfected tomorrow. I'm going to expand in the next video. This is an order to which life and the soul are calling us. The discernment of the things that are actually working and what effectively it doesn't. It is an organization that could turn us back to the inner peace. And in this sense, the moon in Virgo is very practical. It is about these dynamics, these habits are being productive, are coherent with the things that I want to create in my life. And this is something that is not contributing. And if it's not contributing to one's development, it can't also do that with the people that are surrounding us. But today I wanted to speak about the opposition between Mercury in Scorpio and Uranus retrograde in Taurus, because it is also perfected today. It continues to be active in mathematical degrees practically until the end of the week, even when Mercury enters in Sagittarius later. And for some people, this has to do with receiving news or having to make a decision that end with a form of stability that actually it is not stable. It is more like a space or a dynamic that is known but doesn't possess life, and nothing fertile can emerge from that. We talk about experiences, relationships, or places that were part of our lives, perhaps for a long time have been part of our lives. But Taurus is a sign of Earth, and it gives form to things so they can be solid, stable, with strong foundations. But many times, what led us to feed those experiences, it is not something that can keep accompanying us, or we are not the same people that we were when we initiated those kind of projects of life. And right now it is about assimilating that this change, it is very important if we really want to feel alive, if we want to reconnect with the will of creation, of moving forward, of blossoming. So in some cases, even if it doesn't respond to the expectations that you had, this is a liberation. You will see this with time. We could be talking about home, because even if it's a Cancerian topic, home or what we associate with that construction is something that we also relate with security. So this could be moving houses or important changes and endings. And for other people, this responds to their self-value or what they are valuing on the outside, authenticity, including relationships, topics related with job or generation of resources. For example, this opposition could be having an uncomfortable conversation in which we need to express something from our authenticity, whether this is to close a chapter or to create a new dynamic. And authenticity is not always easy to express, because there are situations that are actually challenging very conditioned patterns in us. And many times we could avoid saying certain things because of the fear of losing or to retain something, but from a place that is not that honest. So if we are avoiding to tell what we are feeling or what we truly believe about a situation, it is not because we are considering the other, but because of the other fears in this case. So well, this is an invitation to talk. Could be a recognition of our own shadows, could be expressing how we are feeling without masking that, or telling what is not working in that relationship or project, depending on the area of your life that this is given. And well, then we have the other polarity. I am clarifying this for the people that have more tendency to impulsivity. They don't have problems to say what they are thinking. But this is not about telling hurtful words or saying things to force a change on the other, on the external situations, because there is the shadow of Mercury and Scorpio. This means I am demanding to the other to be what I want, or I am demanding unconsciously to the external my own freedom. In other circumstances, in fact, this doesn't have to do with communicating. It is more about redirecting mental processes, because this is also Mercury. Even there could be situations where initiating communication or responding to a contact, it is not actually authenticity, but an emotional attachment, wanting to retain or controlling something in the experience. When we can recognize when someone produced a lot of damage, when it was very hurtful, or had behaviors that were very imbalanced in any area of our lives, or the person is not showing emotionally available, it comes to a point in which having conversations to talk and to explain how we want to be treated is to continue to feed a dynamic that isn't working. It is allowing manipulations in certain cases. And what we truly need to do is a cut, not investing energy anymore. I'm saying this because there are people that are creating like narratives. They could tell themselves or other people that they don't want to stay there anymore. However, they energetically and through decisions, they keep sustaining those situations, preventing themselves from their own liberation and not allowing to create this space for new opportunities to reach them, that they are more aligned with their soul. Each one of us has their own processes, and many times people need to extend pain and suffering in relationships that have dynamics of manipulation and control, to understand that it's self-destructive to continue in those situations. And as the last perspective that I wanted to share, this transit is an opportunity to go to the roots of our mental focuses. It happens a lot when someone is in a low point, in an emotionally low point, or there are many situations that the person wants to change, but instead of focusing on how to change those situations, there is an over focus in what generates rejection, in what we don't like. From that space, it could emerge, wanting to retake a situation that doesn't bring any growth, or wanting to take an opportunity that only in its shell seems to be different, as a form of not dealing with the emotional inner process that is being manifested, or with the decisions that we need to take. And with this, it is what I was saying yesterday about Neptune. This emerges from the fantasy that the situation is going to solve all in a magical way, not from this authentic space in which we consider that those experiences can actually bring development. Wanting to come back to a relationship or whatever situation from an evolutionary intention, to put it in a structure. It is actually coming of wanting to share something with the other person, and the other person wants to do that too. There is a disposition, there is a willingness to create changes, to develop ourselves spiritually and in the relationship. And we are doing that for ourselves, not to retain or possess, because you really believe that there is a genuine potential of growth. It is not a place that we are using only because we are feeling bad at the present moment. So Mercury in Scorpio is all of this, encouraging ourselves to look at those more instinctive or unconscious parts, even if they are not pleasant to look at, because that is how we can transform ourselves and we can generate our own freedom from the inside. Thank you, everyone. See you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.